Hello guys, how are you? I'm so happy to be with you again and happy to record another video for you. Today I want to talk about adjectives in Persian language, adjectives and comparative adjectives, and then superlative adjectives. Okay, let's do that. First one, adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe qualities of noun to us. For example, when we say a big house, big is an adjective that tells us house is big. As you see, we use adjectives before noun in English language, but we use adjectives after noun in Persian language, and we use ye between noun and adjective. And if our noun doesn't have he at end, we just use a between adjective and noun. Let's see some adjectives in Persian language. For example, good means خوب خوب خوبه خوب. Bad in Persian language, bad too. Bad means bad. bad. Handsome خوشکل خوشکل. Ugly زشت زشت. Rich پولدار poor فقیر fat چاق thin لاغر then لاغر. long بلند بلند. short کوتاه expensive گرون گرونه v sounds او too. گرون. Okay, as I said, we use these adjectives after noun, and we use ye between adjective and noun if noun has he at end. I mean, last letter of noun should be he. Then we can use ye between adjective and noun. But if noun doesn't have he at end, we should use a between noun and adjective. Okay, let's see. For example, when we want to say expensive house. House, as I said before, means خونه. 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 House means خونه in Persian language. خونه. As you see, we have he at end in this noun. So we should use ye between noun and adjective. So we add an ye. خونه ye. As I said, we use adjectives after noun. After noun. And we use ye between them if noun has he at end. So next word should be an adjective. And we want to say expensive house, so we should use expensive adjective, which means gerun. 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 خونه gerun. خونه gerun. Expensive house. And if our noun doesn't have he at end, what should we do? For example, پسر. 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 پسر means boy. پسر. For example, we want to say good boy. Good boy. As you see at this list, good means خوب. خوب. So we should use خوب after پسر, which is our noun here. But we should use ye or e between them. Here our noun doesn't have he at end, so we should add e after noun. E. And then we should say good, which means خوب in Persian language. پسر خوب. پسر خوب. پسر خوب means good boy. Okay, but we have another type of adjectives that need us to make them. I mean, they aren't like these adjectives that are a word themselves. There is these adjectives need us to make them. As you know, in English language, for example, there are adjectives that we made. For example, love is a verb, but we add ly to that, and then we have lovely. Lovely is an adjective. Okay, in Persian language, one of these types of adjectives is this one. We have name, and add to that, add ye to noun. So name plus ye is an adjective. This is one type of adjectives in Persian language. When we see the name has ye, at least. When we add ye to name, we have the adjective that if we place that after the noun, that adjective tells us this noun is come from where, or is made of what. For example, hand, hand, de, hand means India, India. That's a name of the country. But when we add ye to hand, we have Hindi, Hindi. Hindi is an adjective that if we place this near the name, near the noun, that means that noun is come from India. Okay, so when we add ye to name, we have an adjective that when we place this adjective near the noun, this adjective tells us that noun is come from where, or is made of what. Next type, when we add ye to verb, basic form of verb, of course, basic form of verb. When I say verb, I mean basic form of verb. In Persian language, just in case I should tell you, in Persian language, all the verbs, all the basic form of verbs have ne at end. Last letter of all the basic form of verbs have ne, is ne. Last letter of all the basic form of verbs in Persian language is ne. Okay, so when we add ye to verb, we have an adjective that if we place this adjective near the noun, that means this adjective tells us that noun is it's possible that this verb happen to that noun. For example, دوست داشتن, دوست داشتن. دوست داشتن means love. This is a verb, basic form of verb. When we add ye to دوست داشتن, we have دوست داشتنی, دوست داشتنی. دوست داشتنی is an adjective that when we place this adjective near the noun, this means that noun is possible to love. We can love it. We can love that noun. For example, lovely house. خونه دوست داشتنی. خونه دوست داشتنی. And another type of these types of adjectives, using if we use he instead of last ne of verb, we have an adjective that this adjective tells us this verb is happened for that noun, for the noun which this adjective is near that. For example, شکستن. 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 شکستن means break. شکستن. If we use he instead of its last ne, we have شکسته. 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 Now this is an adjective that if we put this adjective near the noun, this adjective tells us that noun is broken. I mean, this verb is happened for that noun. For example, door means dar. Door in English means dar in Persian language. So we add this adjective to dar. We have در شکسته. در شکسته. Why didn't I add ye between noun and adjective? Because our noun here doesn't have he at end. As you see, dar doesn't have he at end. So we should add a between ne and between noun and adjective. در شکسته. Here شکسته, which is an adjective, tells us that شکستن or break is happened for در. So we have broken door. I want to repeat this last type again. In this type, if we use he instead of last ne of verb, we have the adjective, an adjective that this adjective tells us the noun, this verb is happened for the noun which this adjective is near that. Okay. Now we want to talk about comparative adjectives. For example, when we want to compare two things with each other. For example, if in English language we say mom is taller than mom, dad is taller than mom. But how should we do this in Persian language? In Persian language, we should use first noun at first then we should use as. as as means uh, than, as we say Ali is taller than John. So as means than. Okay, first noun plus as plus second noun. As you know, we compare two noun, two thing, two thing with each other. So we use first noun or first thing or first word, then as, and then second noun, second thing, or second name. And then we should use adjective plus tar plus to be verb. To be verb. To be verb, I mean, you know yourself, I mean, I know you yourself know that to be verb am, is, are, was, were, or will be. Okay, let's do an example. An example. For example, baba. Baba means father. As maman. Maman means mother. For example, we want to say father is taller than mom. Tall or long means بلند in Persian language. بلند. Okay. بابا از مامان بلند. As I said above, we should use adjective after second noun. So we use adjective which is بلند after مامان. Plus tar plus to be verb. Here we should use is. Is in Persian language means he. Don't worry about this. I will tell you about to be verbs in Persian language in next lesson, in next video. Okay, we have بابا از مامان بلندتره. بابا از مامان بلندتره. بابا از مامان بلندتره. Okay, so we use first noun, then as. Or in other words, we use both nouns and use as between them. After that, we use adjective plus tar plus to be verb. Baba, which means father, as, which means than, maman, which means mom, بلند, which means long or tall, then tar, and then to be verb, he, which means is, as we say he is John, is. بابا از مامان بلندتره. Father is taller than mom. Okay, But another adjectives is superlative adjectives. For example, when we want to say something is better than all. In one way, we can use the way that we use for comparative adjectives, but we use همه, which means all, instead of second noun. Let's see. Noun plus as plus همه, which means all, all the word, all. As you see, I've used the همه instead of second noun. And then adjective, and then تر plus to be verb. This is the way that I used for comparative adjectives, but I just use همه instead of second noun. This is one of two ways for superlative adjectives. For example, روسیه از همه بزرگتره. روسیه means Russia is a country. I want to say Russia is bigger than all. Russia is bigger than all. So we use noun at first, which is Russia, روسیه, and according to what I said, I should add as, and then we should use همه, and after that we should use adjective. We want to say Russia is bigger than all. Big means بزرگ, 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 بزرگ. And according to what I said above, we should add تر, and then we should add to be verb, which here we need to is, which means he in Persian language. روسیه از همه بزرگتره. روسیه از همه بزرگتره. But another way, we use noun at first, then we use adjective, and then we add ترین, 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 and then we add to be verb. Okay, for example, when we want to say Russia is the biggest, we say Russia at first, and then we use adjective, which is big, which means بزرگ in Persian language, and then we use ترین, 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 ترینه, ترین, and then we add to be verb, which here we need is, which means he in Persian language. So we add he to ترین. So we have روسیه بزرگترینه. Russia is the biggest. but this is a short mode of this way. We can add something else to this way too. For example, we can say Russia is the biggest country, so we can add country to this way too. In this way we use noun, then adjective, then tarin, and between to be verb and tarin we can use what you compare noun as. For example, here we compare noun which is Russia as the country, so we should use country here. Country means کشور. کشور. And at end we use to be verb. Okay, so we have روسیه بزرگترین کشوره. روسیه بزرگترین کشوره. Okay, thank you for watching.